What is up, everybody? Hello, hello, hello. It is Money Monday. Welcome to a brand new edition of Money Monday, everybody. Shawn and Lacey here with you. Thank you for popping on with us live. For those of you that don't know, we have made a commitment. And for those of you that are not worried, we have made a commitment to be with you each and every Monday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time to talk about what's going on in the world and how this might affect your business. You know, a lot of people are talking about the potential of a recession. A lot of people are not worried about it. I saw somebody post. I'm feeling especially salty today, but I was going to call him a dope, but they can't call him a dope. They might be watching. Somebody posted that, hey, does anybody remember 2008? What happened to your business? First of all, this is not 2008. It's completely different. We had sort of a long run-up, a period of time where the economy was booming. We had this sort of fake forced recession through the pandemic. Then we had the stimulus, all of this money come into the economy, which then forced the real recession, right? And so this is nothing like 2008. If you're asking like, well, what did you do in 2008? I'd say, well, don't do that because this is not 2008. This is a
culmination of a lot of unknown territory, unknown events that have come together to create the perfect storm.
So here we are. If you believe it or not, here we are. Oh, I think you can tell by now. Listen, Tristan
is on
is producing this very special episode. And so,
we didn't even know we had these capabilities of.
Yeah, I didn't know you could even write stuff on this.
Yeah, we didn't know. So here we go.
If you're just joining us for the very first time, please make sure that you subscribe to this YouTube channel, and make sure that you push that notification button so that you will be notified every time that we go live. We're sharing information for you. Not only that, all throughout the week, we drop tons and tons of content. And like we've been teasing you, we are going to drop at some point here in the very, very near future, we are going to drop a full-on course, one of our signature courses right here on YouTube. We're going to drop it across a weekend, and we're going to give you access for a limited time, but we're going to make it completely free. And you will have this over a period of time. That's why you want to be and getting notifications. You want to subscribe to this YouTube channel. Also, if you're brand new to us here, make sure you check us out over at www.blackdiamondclub.com. Every single Black Diamond Club member's name is in this drum right here in front of us. And each and every week, we are giving away our own money. Lacey and I have been abundantly blessed. We're super blessed. This is not a flex. I saw that today too. The modern flex. This is not a flex. This is just we want to share to you. Somebody else wrote like, don't do this and expect anything in return. All right. Well, we don't expect anything in return. This is free.
You are salty today.
I am salty. I like
it though.
It's like, listen, you want to take shots at me all during the week. You got to remember, I get a chance on Monday to come on live. You better build your audience because I get a chance to come on and I get the last word. So everybody that's taking shots during the week, you can expect me to return those shots on Monday.
If you're abundantly blessed and you're listening to us and you're watching right now, you should not feel ashamed if you're giving people opportunity to be able to, have part of that blessing.
Let's go.
There's a lot of things that we do that we never talk about, and we actually don't post about it either, because that's the same as putting it on video. And there's a lot of things that we do that we want to share with others because it creates engagement. It creates community. Look at y'all talking to each other right now on a Monday night, lifting each other up, having excitement. That's the best $600 I could spend, and I will boastfully, loudly sing it from the mountaintops.
And you know what's been super cool is so far all of our winners have done like something super cool with the money.
Great. They've shared it. They've blessed others with
given it get away. They've
cool
shared.
Is that?
Yeah. So I mean, we're just spreading it around here, and so we're not trying to get you to do anything. We're just sharing with you. So here's how it works. Every single Black Diamond Club member's name is inside the drum. We are going to draw 5 names today. In order to win the $600, you must be present when we call your name. You will have 30 seconds to reply in the chat. So if you haven't tested that out, go ahead and post something up in the chat for your own self so that you know it's actually working. You will have 30 seconds to respond. If you respond in that 30 seconds, you win the $600. We will deliver it to Venmo you, PayPal. Somehow we get you magically some digital currency. We do that first thing in the morning tomorrow. If you are not here, well, you don't win, and we'll continue to draw. We're going to draw up to 5 names tonight. And if nobody wins tonight, if nobody wins the 5 names, if nobody wins, then next week we're going to up it to $700. $700. But tonight, $600 on the line. 5 names, $600. Make sure that you post this on your wall. Share this with everybody. Tell everybody it is Money Monday, and we are going to be dropping great information.
I gotta say though, I think that we are dropping great information. I think that a lot of people are here because they want to win the $600, which I super appreciate. I think some people are here just for the comments. The comments are off the hook. They're really excited about your spiciness tonight.
Everything should be fun.
They're saying pew pew goes the Shawn Dill tree. I see. So it's great. But I hope that this is all fun. This is excitement. Again, it's a time to lift each other up in a time where there's a lot of unknown. But I do also hope that you listen to the stuff that we share with you, because again, it's meant to empower you, to help you grow your business, to give you the knowledge and the information. I do not know what is going on with Tristan.
Tristan's having a field day over here. Hey, I love that. That was one of the things that got me all fired up, because we were talking earlier about that picture of me and Mike Chandler, where it looked like I was like, hey, there it is. I guess it's up behind me. Kristen said it looks like you challenged him to a fight, and I was waiting for him to respond.
Yeah. Well.
We had a phenomenal weekend over at 2 Minute Drill. I was on Friday taping for the next season of 2 Minute Drill. You were there. Oh, I was on Thursday or Saturday. I was on Thursday. You were there Friday.
Yeah.
Taping for the next episode of next season of 2 Minute Drill. Michael Chandler was on my program. Got to meet Austin Eckler too. He was an amazing individual. Can't wait to see what we're able to put together with Chandler and Eckler and do some cool stuff with them. Maybe even bring them to an event. Speaking of, Black Diamond Club Marketing Matters is coming up on November 3rd and 4th. Seats are now very, 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 very limited. Very limited. You've got to go to www.blackdiamondclub.com. Make sure you get registered. It's going to be absolutely phenomenal, off the charts. You're going to absolutely love it. If you like this, wait till you come to one of our live events. And lastly, hey, we had a date change on the actual challenge. Our Last 5 Moves challenge is going to start officially on August 29th.
Yep.
It is now open for registration. Go to www.ourlast5moves.com. That's where you can get registered. Make sure that you get in on that VIP option. You get 5 straight days of an additional hour with Lacey and I, working on your business, discussing the content from the previous day, answering any questions. Basically, look, this is like one-on-one coaching. If you're bold enough to ask your questions, we're there with you for an additional hour, working with you. Go to www.ourlast5moves.com. And I also want to say, because the people that are on here, these are the hardcore peeps on here. We have an incredible, if you're already registered, we have an incredible program, affiliate program, if you want to sign up for that. So you can share the challenge with your local network, and you can make a lot of money doing this. I always tell people, though, I got to say,
make your money back.
Well,
you get to do it for free.
You can make your money back, but here's what I always say. I always tell people, because we get pitched a lot to do JV stuff, and I always tell people, I'm not going to be excited about making money. I mean, again, we already said we're abundantly blessed. You know what gets me excited? Relationships.
Yep.
Right? So if I can go out there and cultivate new relationships by selling your thing, so obviously I hope your thing is good, and so that's the number one thing. And if it is, and I share it with the people that I influence, and I can develop relationships, collaborative relationships, I'll do it. I don't care about the affiliate payout.
Right.
That's not going to really stimulate me. Same thing here. We have an affiliate payout, but here's what I see. You have the opportunity to sign up for this and then really go into your local network, a place where we don't reach, and really cultivate and foster some really amazing relationships, collaborative relationships that can extend into growing your business, their business, and who knows, maybe partnering on other businesses. And we do all the work. We're going to do all the teaching, all the programming, and if you trust us, you know that it will be good. It's early, but I think we should draw the first name.
We should draw the first name. And I actually see that we're only, how many people away from Luke and I doing some dance
15
that Tristan
away from
promised?
the wiggle dance or something? 50 away.
50? No, I see
Tristan's
that we're
saying
seeing
50.
we have
Tristan's
180.
saying hold your roll on that.
180?
Yeah,
185
we see 180.
right. Oh, that dropped 177. So that means that 8 people that dropped out, your name might be called. So you just this is what I think you should do. Like, reach in there and you mix it all up good, because it doesn't mix up well when we spin it around.
Oh, and I'll put that one back. Don't you guys worry.
Put these back.
Don't you worry.
Everybody get in.
Look at this
Everybody
mix.
get in.
Get in the mix, everybody. Get in the mix.
Did you get one?
No, I got to go back. I got to go in.
There we go.
Oh, it's like stuck. That means it's not supposed.
That's not the winner.
That's not the winner.
There we go. Melinda Pham.
Melinda Pham. 30
Melinda
seconds.
Pham.
Go.
Bam, bam,
On the
Melinda
clock.
Pham. Bam, bam, Melinda Pham. Let's go, Melinda.
We got some like rock music.
Music going.
It's the
$1 million man. Oh, Melinda's there.
Everybody's
Say
gonna
hi.
pay.
Melinda.
Hi.
Hi, Melinda. Oh
Hi,
my
hi.
gosh.
Holy
The
smokes.
first freaking name that
Boom.
we call. Melinda
Melinda
wins.
Pham.
Melinda, you better stay on though.
$600
We got lots of things
richer.
to talk about.
Holy
that is amazing.
cajoli.
$600.
Hey, you don't, well, see, now we drew the name and they won, and now people are dropping off, so they'll never get to see you do the dance.
true.
Never
It's
get to
true.
see the dance.
Well, let's
but
get
that's
to
okay.
it then. We have no more to drop.
Price.
Congratulations,
Yeah,
Melinda.
Melinda, great job
That
being
is
on.
huge.
Everybody's
She's gonna stay
gonna
on.
pay.
See, I love
That is
that.
huge.
I love that.
Way to go. All right, here's what I've got for us this week. First of all, rough earnings reports for the banks coming in. Wells Fargo reporting profits fell 48%. So we have been talking about this. This is bad news for the stock market. I do want to highlight, though, because this is not all bad news. Citibank came in as the one bright spot. Citibank did very well on their profits and their earning report. But Wells Fargo being down 48%. This has an awful lot to do with the housing market, mortgages, loans, originations, etc. But again, just knowing that that's happening, and if this is happening to Wells Fargo, again, what we know here for a fact is that a lot of you, your profits are down. Your profits are down. And so we know that you would have to be looking at your 5 drivers and looking at cutting your expenses.
Yeah.
Now, here's one of the things I want to highlight here, and I hope that people really, really do get this. Yes, I see you, Michelle Schwinn. 70 Bobo heads just left. More than that. Everybody's just bouncing out because they just want to win the money. But you'll make far more money if you understand this, what I'm about to say right now. Here comes all the money from today's broadcast. I think that when we talk about the 5 drivers, we've talked about that previously on a Money Monday, but one of the biggest drivers, the 5 drivers, is you. Because we cater to service providers. So if I am one of the biggest drivers, we had talked about I want to push more money into the drivers.
Yep.
So what people did is they were like, well, referrals, social media ads. And so you push money in. But here's the thing. Here's what I want you to understand, especially in this economy, in this financial situation. If you recognize that you provide a service and you are one of the 5 drivers, then you need to invest a lot of money in you. Now, what does that mean? Well, a lot of you know that I invest a lot of money in weird health stuff.
Right.
I get my blood tested, supplements for my blood type, cryotherapy, cold plunge, infrared sauna, red light therapy, peptides, all of that stuff. Had an interesting conversation at the dinner table with some entrepreneurs the other day. Is that ego driven? Here's the thing. I need to stay healthy.
Right.
And especially during a downturn in the economy, I need to be healthy. So I need to actually look at ways, like I've gotten several inquiries from people like, what should I be doing? Like, I'm getting sick. Well, of course, because this is a time of stress.
Right.
This is a time when things get difficult. And so your body begins to break down. How much are you investing in yourself? And I don't mean just, going to seminars, which is part of that, but I mean like in your actual health. Your health becomes the number one priority, especially in difficult economic times.
And we talked about this with the 5 drivers. When you look at your 5 drivers, you need to look at the ROI on those things, and the things that are producing the most, you go all in on, right? And you're saying that is you. So that means that you need to go all in. That means that you need to spend more, invest more than you ever have in taking care of yourself, because you are the number one producer of your cash flow. And that is so, so important. So what else can you do? What have you wanted to do like that you haven't done in the past? What are the things you always tell yourself when my red flags pop up and my body is tired, or my throat starts hurting, or I get irritable, or I'm having sleepless nights? What are the things that you've always wanted to do that you've never done that you need to do to make sure you're okay?
Well, Steph Wigner's asking, no stem cells yet. No, not yet, but we do have a collaborative business, David Meltzer and myself and a couple of stem cell experts, and Lacey, of course. We also are working on a wellness product as a franchise that we will be launching. We'll be actually scouting locations in Naples here in just a couple of weeks. So we're going to proliferate these wellness centers across the United States. Why? Because there's an opportunity. The more of you that understand that you invest in yourself and then understand that these are the things that will help you to be more productive. Again, the high net worth individuals understand that. They understand I can't afford to get sick. I would even say
I don't
everybody
have time to get sick.
Well, also people that like have a job, you can't get sick because in a recession, it's a highly competitive job market. So you can't be losing your job because like you're out, 3 days a week all the time. People will lose their jobs.
And this is the hardest thing because it's the easiest to ignore. Like you. I mean, that's why it's so difficult, right? That's why people aren't disciplined and don't take care of themselves. So you need to wake up tomorrow and have a recommitment to you.
Next, flight prices. Travel is down finally 1.8% in June. But so this is what we get. This is what I love, right? This is we got to be really careful because there's so many people, especially that are on, tune in with us regularly, that are like, hey, it's not a recession. Look at, gas prices are coming down. Travel is coming down 1.8%, but we're still up 34% year on year. Right? So, I mean, don't get duped into thinking because you get these minor gains. But at the same time, let's celebrate the minor gains. I want to make sure you understand, like, look, something has to be done. We can't continue. You and I were listening to a report this morning and, we're invested in oil and gas. And so, I mean, if this is true, good for us. But they were talking about potential $300 barrel of oil.
$300 barrel. That's insane.
That's insane. Like literally is insane. I was talking to my oil and gas guy today. He was like, whoa, Shawn, let's not get so like out of control. $300 a barrel. That's Insanity-ville.
Yeah.
It's not going to do that. It would be crazy because think about it. Right around $100 a barrel now, gas prices where they are. If we tripled the cost of a gallon or a barrel of oil, tripling the cost of a gallon of gas gets us up over $12. And these are things that people always think are not possible.
Until they are.
So, flight prices coming down. That's good. Retail sales. Here's other great news. Retail sales rose more than expected in June as consumers remain resilient despite inflation. Retail sales, now see again, this is where it gets real important. Retail sales rose 1% in June, slightly better than the 0.9% estimate. However, the numbers are not adjusted for inflation, which rose 1.3% on a monthly basis, indicating that real sales still were slightly negative. See, this is one of the things we've got to be real careful because we just take this information and depending on what side you're listening to, which is why we listen to both sides, right? Some people are pitching propaganda, doom and gloom. Other people are pitching propaganda that like, I don't know what you're listening to. It's everything is fine.
All right. I'm sorry. We got to pause for
what
just a
happened?
moment.
Somebody won money?
No, because we hit the 200 mark. So what does that mean?
It says 199.
No, it was it went to 201. I saw it with my own eyes. I don't know how I got roped into doing this dance because that's not a thing I do.
Here, let's get 50 more.
Luke can handle it, but I guess.
So Lacey and Luke are doing, and then what if it gets to 50 more?
Lacey and Luke are
we get
doing
to 250,
some
Shawn's
dance.
doing something. I'm doing the
more,
wiggle
and
dance.
then Shawn's doing.
You gotta
Somebody
find 50
get us
friends.
to 250 so I get out of this.
No. What's happening? Bobbleheads are not coming back. What's happening? People are coming back that don't know what we did in the very first.
Yeah, but
15
maybe we'll have
minutes
like a little bonus prize for everybody that stayed on.
Prize. That would be cool.
We might just do that.
All right.
Because hey, we're abundantly blessed. Well,
no,
that's not a bonus. I don't think anybody really wants to see that. Anyway, going back.
Number 4, luxury brands' pool of U.S. shoppers is shrinking. A boom in luxury spending is seen throughout the pandemic might be losing steam. And analysis from Citi shows spending on luxury in June increased 2% year over year, a slowdown from the 10% growth recorded in May. And the pool of luxury shoppers is getting smaller. Individual customers' numbers are falling for several categories of expensive goods, including jewelry, watches, and handbags. Let me tell you what's happening. So temporarily, because of stimulus and because of a flood of money in the market, we saw this influx, right, of money.
Yep.
And so the pool of people that were able to afford increased.
Yes.
Now with the recession and the increase of interest rates, we're attempting to pull money out of the economy. What's really happening is people are having to realize, so the real people that were kind of fake luxury buyers, they're having to go back into their normal realm. The real luxury buyers, they're still left. They're still
I
there.
was just going to say, you're not seeing a lot of reports from the high end luxury markets. Like we were just looking at Porsche, for instance. You can't find a Porsche anywhere in the United States. Why? Because everybody is buying them. The second one comes on the market, it's gone.
Most Porsche dealerships do not even have
Chanel,
cars on the lot.
They're not reporting that they're actually having any losses because those are the concentrated high-end luxury buyers that have always existed.
Yep.
Right.
Next, things are turning over in real estate. The number of homes being listed is skyrocketing, and the number of mortgages being originated is plummeting while the rates go up. Analysts are expecting mortgage rates to go to 6 to 7% towards the end of the year. Now, I'm a dummy. I'm not an analyst. I don't know anything, but I'm expecting it actually to be closer to 9, and I'm expecting to go to double digits early 2023. Again, who am I? I'm not an analyst. Those are really smart people. Believe them, 6 and 7%. If we can end the year at 6 to 7%, I got to tell you, I'm loving real estate investing positions going into like the back half of this year. If we're still able to get 6s, through the end of the year, I think that you're going to see a lot of people, the investing world, really go on a buying spree because you're going to see prices come down because of supply and demand, right? And so we're seeing this. It's starting to happen, and we've been telling people this for a very long time. We're in a very interesting intersection. For those of you that are super into real estate, this is a great thing that's happening. We're seeing lowering prices, but we're not getting yet the commensurate increase in rates. Right. So what's happening is we're seeing these lowering prices due to fear.
Right.
It's not numbers yet.
Well, they said that they're anticipating a 75 basis point hike this month, right?
Yeah, I'm going to go with 1. So, I mean, everybody knows Shawn Stradamus.
75 is massive.
Shawn Stradamus is predicting a full 100 basis points, a 1 point increase from the Feds. That's what I'm predicting,
and
a full one.
They're anticipating another increase in September.
Yes. Well, remember we had the six announced hikes, so they got to keep going. The September one will be smaller. Let me tell you why. The September one is going to be, it's going to be done out of necessity. They've got to do this. They've got to figure this out. Their actions are not actually working. So we're going to have to just keep raising the rates. I mean, this is really scary. We always say we're predicting this recession and we're not getting the recession. Let me tell you why. It's because of these unemployment numbers. But I also want you to understand that we are looking at in order to get the recession and in order to get called a recession, but in order to curb the recession, we're going to need unemployment rates to go up. We actually need this.
We do.
Right? This is the weirdest thing, right? So what an ethical dilemma. Are you rooting for more unemployment and so that your prices can come down? And so that's a very difficult thing.
But it's the way that it works.
But we're going to have an election in November. The economy is going to be most likely worse than it is now. Although we will attempt some Band-Aid approaches, we've seen that even with a full 100 basis points or full 1 point increase in the interest rates, that will not really put a dent in this. I think it will slow. I think it's slowing on its own. I think it will slow, but I don't think it's going to come back down to where people are going to be comfortable with that. And so we're going to have another rate increase, and it cannot be. It cannot be high because it will destroy an election. So I think knowing this, here's what we're going to do is we're going to push that big rate hike coming up very, very, very soon. And then we'll couple it with a lower rate hike coming up in September on the eve of the November elections. A lot of things to watch there with these elections coming up.
I saw Heather Nichols' question come up. Actually, I think Tristan put it up on our screen there. She said she's been seeing a lot of homes for sale in our neighborhood. Like, what is going on? And so I read a report recently that Redfin put out. Redfin said that over 60,000 deals fell through in June. 60,000 home deals fell through in June. Why? Because buyers were backing out. And they said that was 14.9% of all of the homes that were to be sold in that month. That's very high. 15% of buyers are actually backing out. Can you imagine that 60,000 people said, I'm not going to buy this home, even though they were set to? So that's telling us a lot about what's happening in the housing market. That's probably why, Heather, you're seeing a lot of homes for sale in your neighborhood, because we're starting to see that in a lot of more unstable areas where housing is starting to slow down.
Here's what I get worried about. If I'm selling something or another, I'm selling something, and I'm really beginning to realize that, a large amount of people, on something that's a dream, the American dream, own your own home, are deciding to back out. That's not buyer's remorse.
No,
That's like,
I
oh my gosh,
can't.
I can't do this, right?
Like,
I'm
we're
not
overwhelmed.
approved.
How are we going to afford this
all of
mortgage?
them getting out of my contract. Well, I mean, then I get really worried and concerned that if I'm selling things that are high ticket to people that are in that same demographic, right? Because now their buying ability, it's clear. We've been saying this for months. That's why you need to be registered for our next 5 moves, because we've already adjusted our business model. We did it a year ago. We've been saying this for months because you are now seeing the objective evidence that people are being forced to make make decisions, financial decisions about their own well-being, and backing away from things like owning a home. So when it comes to whatever it is that you're selling, I mean, unless it's life or death, people are weighing that financial decision. And that's why that's so important that you're with us, because yes, I agree. People do not have a plan. And what's really sad is a lot of business owners don't have a plan. We're going to start to see a lot of businesses be distressed, be up for sale. Those of you with a plan, you guys will be able to jump in and purchase a lot of those businesses. We're going to see a lot of businesses on the big level be for sale too. You're going to see a lot of mergers and acquisitions going on in the corporate world, and then on our level, the level that you and I deal in, you're going to see a lot of businesses being merged and gobbled up, and a lot of distressed businesses, people that are not paying attention, people that bounce off of the live because they just came to win money. That's how you wreck your business, is because you're only like, well, they're just giving away money. I'll be there. What about fixing your business? Screw that. Like, I'll figure it out later. Next, I'm noticing, and this is kind of what we want to talk about today, is Disney is raising their prices on ESPN Plus. They're going to do a 43% increase. So many people that we talk about raising prices. That's what we're talking about today. Get freaked out, right? Like, oh my gosh, like how I would raise my price from $70 to $75. Oh my gosh, that's less than 10%, right? Disney was like, look, ESPN Plus, 43% increase in price. And that's a monthly recurring, right? That's a monthly recurring. They're just like, look, I'm going to raise the prices. Now, what are they doing?
Well, we say that all the time, though, when you're worried about raising your prices. Like, if they're raising their prices by 43%, how many people could they afford to lose and not lose any money? Like, so they're looking at that saying, if I just keep less than that amount, and nobody leaves, like, we're going to make a ton.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of people are asking me when I'm going to raise prices. Tomorrow, they just raise your prices.
Yeah, we say that all the time.
The cost of doing business is going up, and it's just time for you to raise your prices, because that's what is expected during this time.
People are expecting that. Yeah, that's why they're asking you,
The
Crystal.
other thing that everybody asks, like, well, what do I do? How do I do it? Like, I don't know. Like, I never got an email or a notice or a notification when gas prices went up. They just went up. I didn't get a notice when the price of chicken wings went up. They didn't get an announcement. You just went there and they were like, yo, now it's $25 or whatever it is, right? Like, you don't have to do anything in order to raise your prices. But let's couple this with another piece of news so that we could talk about what we think you should be doing.
Absolutely.
And that is that there is a massive reemergence of the buy now, pay later plans. Now, there's a very interesting thing happening in the credit world. So if you're looking for free money, it's a very interesting phenomenon. If you are getting these 0% interest credit cards, you're in a small window, because eventually you are going to see that this shrinks up. The credit world's going to shrink on like the teaser rates, because we're seeing a lot of people move back into credit. This is very disturbing, though. This is very, very disturbing, because most people move into credit when they don't have enough money to buy the things that they actually need or want. And so we see this where we'll start running. We'll have a run on credit cards. We'll have a run on things like Care Credit, Affirm. We'll see a lot of people when choosing, and this is what, now in the e-commerce world, where you have Affirm, buy now, pay later.
Klarna, you're seeing those pop up everywhere. You see 4 installments you can make. This is like the QVC model coming back, allowing people to pay over time, but it's a dangerous place to put people in, right? That's what we always have said.
Yeah, and so that's something to consider. Like, are you taking so this is a really interesting thing. Are we taking our mid-market and overextending? And I'll tell you, I'm not a fan of this in the healthcare space. Dentistry, chiropractors who utilize this care credit thing. So maybe I needed braces, and you said, it's going to be $10,000, and here you can do care credit, and you can get 0% financing for a year. What you didn't tell me is after I get my braces off in, the year or maybe 9 months or whatever the period of time is, there's other things I need to do.
Right.
But I'm still overextended
Extended on that payment,
and I can't do the next thing.
Else. Right.
And so this actually, I really sometimes question how ethical this is. Now, not Affirm, because look, you clicked on that. That was your fault. You clicked on it. But those of you that are selling this idea, I really caution you, and I say, like, we need to think about this. Now, we have two choices always when it comes to prices. And I think there's only really two choices. Either we're going to compete on the high-end market, right? The high-end market, or we're going to compete on the low-end market. Either, and I always say this, either you have to be the lowest priced option, because people that are shopping for a bargain are going to look for the lowest price.
Which is okay too, if that's what you want to do. Absolutely.
Or you are amongst the most expensive. Now, where you never want to be in the cash environment, in the full paying cash environment, is in the middle. This is one of the interesting things, is that a lot of times people teach, just, find out how much people are charging and price yourself in the middle.
Yeah.
Which is, in my opinion, probably the worst advice you can get on a pricing structure. Because think about it. Like, when was the last time that you bought the middle price?
Right. Right.
Like, this is like, and everybody talks about it, like the middle price or the middle, like nobody picks the middle.
What's the cheapest car I could get? The most expensive? Let's just look for the middle.
The middle. I'll just take the middle.
I'll just take the middle.
I could get a really cheap computer, or I could get a really nice computer, but what I'll do is I'll just buy the middle
mediocre one.
I'll just buy the middle one.
Mediocre one's good. Yeah.
Like, nobody does that. Like, you're either looking for a bargain or you're actually overpaying intentionally because you
want
see
the best
value. Yeah,
right.
Intrinsically, you find there's massive value there. Now, here's the hard thing. Now, we have said many times, and if you're brand new to us, you're like, hey man, like, you guys are going back on things that you've taught before, and we're very open on that. Here's one exception. You can price yourself towards the middle, but I would go a little bit more towards the high side again. Mm-hmm. We talked about this. This all ties together. This is why we chose this topic today. In the luxury world. So maybe you tasted that Chanel purse.
Right.
You have that Chanel purse, and so you carry it around and you like it. You like whatever, the attraction, the notoriety, makes you feel good, whatever it is. But now you can no longer afford to go back to Chanel and buy the matching wallet. But Chanel may offer you, they don't, but they might offer you a buy now, pay later option.
No, they don't. Yeah. No.
And if that were the case, that would attract that mid-market in. Now, if we're
into buying a higher end
product, it comes into question, can they afford it? Now, some people would be like, that's not your problem, right? They bought it. This is one of the areas, though, where I would say that you doing financing, or if you planned on doing extended business with them, it is your problem. Because if you intentionally overextend me, and I end up losing my car or not being able to make the payments, trashing my credit score because you hard sold me into something that I should not be buying.
Right.
You've not done yourself a favor on retention.
Right.
On lifetime value, because you've crippled your own clientele. Now, there's going to be plenty of people that are going to do this. But look, here's what I think. You pick your poison. You're either going to go low, or amongst the highest. And here's the thing. I'm going to tell you something. It is way easier for you to operate a business amongst the highest.
Yeah.
And here's the other great news. You don't need a whole lot of clients. Right? If I am amongst the highest, I don't need to have 9 million clients. I see this in the service world all the time. Well, how many doors did you knock on? How many leads did you get? How many conversions did you get? How many services did you provide? What if the answer was 4, but I charged $100,000 each?
Right. And what I love about this, so oftentimes, especially as service providers, we feel like we need to see as many people as possible. Well, look what's going on in the world. There's plenty of businesses out there that need clients. There's plenty of businesses and people out there that will serve others. So if you want to serve 4 clients at $100,000 each, imagine the value that you could provide them. Imagine the experience that you could give them. Imagine the results that you could give them by giving them special attention, and they're paying a higher price point, and then allowing other businesses to take the people that you didn't have time to serve.
I like it. I'm going to look something up.
What are you looking up? What are we looking up?
Keep on going.
Oh, okay. I'm not sure. He's looking up some information to talk to you about. But that's one of the things that we always say.
No,
and
I'm not.
It's
I want to know who Zara Blaylock is. Is that real? Zara says if I wanted to get a good laptop, then I would do all my chores and then earn my allowance.
that's good.
Is that real?
Earn it.
Zara, is that real? Say the truth there. Post that there. I want to know, is that real?
We're waiting for Zara.
Zara Blaylock.
No, Baylock.
Baylock. Oh, Baylock.
A-lock. Anyway, I think it's super important. And then you guys have to decide, well, if that's what I'm going to do and I want to maybe service less people at a higher price point, that means that you have to do exactly what we say and then raise your prices tomorrow. It's super simple. No notice required. No big, long post, long email, huge announcement. You don't have to put anything up at your front desk or on your website about you raising your prices. Just the next person you talk to, you tell them the new price point. It's that simple, right? I mean, and then people begin to look at your value.
I think it's great too, Amy Spolstra. I was going to help Zara with her computer. I can't see on my screen. Zara, is that real? You're posting here. I don't know if Zara is teaching a lesson or if Zara actually does this.
I can't see.
All right, we're gonna move on to the next one.
Yeah.
Here's the next point for tonight. Operating in. Well, I'm waiting for Zara to figure it out. Operating in the low low is very difficult because your margins are low. I think this is what I've like. We've talked to several financial people. I'm not bragging. I'm just saying what has been said to us is that over the past couple of weeks, because this if you don't know, July is a time that you need to be worried about your end of year financials, right? End of year financials, July, we start to figure out how much we're going to owe in taxes. We start to think about our tax strategies, start to think about our business strategies, our business plan. We've talked about that here. We go through all of that. And so we've been consulting with several of our advisors and mentors in the financial world. One thing that I've heard over and over is, man, you guys have such high margins. Like you guys are doing so well because you keep your margins so high. And here's the thing. Operating in the low environment is very difficult because by default, by nature of the business model, you have extremely low margins. Because
It's like Walmart.
It doesn't matter, right? But it doesn't matter to operate a thing, whatever it is, operate a business, you have expenses. So just because you're Chanel doesn't necessarily mean that you have higher expenses than H&M or Zara or whatever it is, right? You have your brick and mortar, you have your people, you have your product. I mean, so you don't get a massive cut because you're like, well, I'm going to charge way less. Okay, great. So your rent will be less. Like that's not how that works. So here's the deal. Operating in the low is difficult because the margins are razor thin.
Yes.
A lot of people don't understand that in the big box stores, Walmart, Costco, oftentimes
high quantity,
small margins. So
money.
Oftentimes they could be operating on a 3% margin. Now, there's nobody on this live right now that can even fathom operating at a 3% margin.
I don't think anybody on this live is that efficient. I mean, Walmart's taken decades to get that kind of efficiency to be able to run those margins.
And that's the problem is that when you run in the low and you have these razor thin margins, there's no room for error.
No room for
you make a mistake on, your expenses, or you overbuy on supplies, or you didn't get your payroll. Like something gets
then
off.
You wreck your cash flow.
You can potentially have a net negative for that particular month. Now, when you operate in the high, your margins are incredible. Now, I like that because I just said we're not that smart. So as we're like driving through our business, we make gobs and gobs of money and we have margin for error. We can make a mess up here, that we can make a boo-boo, and we're not going to have to miss a mortgage payment or miss a car payment or miss payroll or miss anything that we might have to have an obligation to. Therefore, we should think about raising our prices. As a marketing, so this is real interesting, as a marketing initiative, to signal to the world through marketing. Marketing creates awareness. So I want to create awareness that I have a high-end offering. And one of the ways that I would have to do that is to raise my price to match the high-end offering. Because here's what happens. If I adjust all of my marketing to indicate that I have a high-end offering, and then the high-end client comes to me And so I've told you I have a handbag that rivals Chanel and Hermes. In fact, all of the people that are buying it are raving about it, and it is showing up in all of the high fashion areas around the world. All of the influencers have it, and you're like, I gotta have that Shawn bag. And you show up to the Shawn store, and the bag is $150.
Yeah.
Then right away, what happens is it creates instant skepticism.
Yep. It cannot be as good is immediately what I think.
Something's wrong with this.
There's no way.
You duped me in your marketing. This cannot be. You said it was as good as a Chanel. How could it be possibly as good as a Chanel when it's $150? This is very important. I want you to understand here tonight that marketing is also a price consideration.
Yep.
It's a marketing. A price is a marketing consideration. Price is a marketing consideration. Your price and your marketing must be in alignment. This is called brand, right? So we have our brand, and so our pricing and our marketing have to be in alignment. Otherwise, we create skepticism in the marketplace about why it is so mispriced.
Yep.
So what do we think you should do? You should probably think about raising your prices. If you're scared, then you may want to think about a buy now, pay later option. But I would hope that you do this with a large degree of integrity for the people that you're serving.
Yeah, and I would say, and if you're scared, then you need to reevaluate the value that you think you provide. And sometimes you just need to get around the right mindset and re-recognize the value that you provide, because sometimes that gets lost on us and we think that we aren't worth charging more. And so I would say, ask your clients, ask what you provide them, ask what you've given them, and remind yourself that you're worth raising your prices.
We should give away some more. What do you want to give away? I think we should.
Tristan, what should we give away?
What should we give away,
What else should we give away? What does somebody want? And what do we think we should give? What do you think we should give away? What should we give away?
What do you think we should give away?
You guys stuck with us to the end. We appreciate that. We love you all. We're so glad that you are here to listen to excel on your business.
There's the winner. I don't know what they've won. I don't know what they've won, but there's the winner.
What should we? Oh, last 5 moves. Duh. Great. Good. Okay. Our last 5 moves. If you are on Scott, what is that? Reeb?
Scott Reeb.
If you are on, you get free VIP access to our last 5 moves. VIP
Hit that
access.
30 second.
Hit that 30 seconds.
Twisty.
Come on, Tristan. I got it. Scott, you got lots of extra time. I love that y'all wanted
Tristan's
that.
mic is not on. That's why you can't hear him.
Scott. Oh, Scott's in your gang of 5, Heather. Well, where's he at? Come on, Scott.
That's sweet. Scott Reeb's in his
Scott,
gang of
I identify as Scott Reeb. There is some. I'm telling you, Scott, you could be. There it is. That's the music. Oh. You know what? I like the idea of giving away our last 5 moves VIP. You know what? Oh, you're gonna go for one more?
Yeah.
I love it.
It doesn't look like Scott's
here. Scott's not here. We're gonna go for one more. Are you just gonna pull until somebody wins?
I don't know.
He might. We don't know. Who's next? Somebody's half Scott. Scott Jude.
Go.
Adams here. Adam
Everte.
Is it Everte?
No,
that's not how you say it.
Everett.
Everett. You are on here sometimes. I know you are.
Everett,
are you on? Tristan can't figure out
our
the
last
timing.
5 moves.
Oh, he's got the timer running.
Everett.
Our last5moves.com. Do you want that VIP slot? Are you here?
We got a VIP spot.
We got a VIP
in our last 5 moves. If you don't get called, make sure you get registered.
I think Bueller. I think that Shawn's feeling so spicy tonight. He's gonna pull one more. We're gonna give this one more shot. 3 is the lucky number. I feel like number 3. Let's go. Bueller. Oh man. Melinda won $600 though. It was already a good night. Oh my gosh. Okay. I feel like I know that they were on before. Sandy, our girl Sandy, are you on? Sandy and Chris, I saw you on here earlier. You said that you got married in 2008. We were talking about what happened in 2008. one of the biggest things that happened is these two, Sandy and Chris, got married. So if you're on, Sandy, the clock is ticking. You get VIP access to our last 5 moves. You know what? I know they were on earlier. I saw the comment.
Yeah, but you got to stay on.
Look
See,
at Melinda
you can't
still
just be
commenting.
like, oh, man,
She
I'm
said
outta
I'm
here.
staying.
You can say
and
I'm
she's
outta
staying.
here.
I love that, Melinda. Right on. Sandy, come on. You know what? We tried. So you know what? I think that we're going to give away money next week, and I think that we'll give away another VIP. Yeah. We
Yeah,
go
we
back
go back
to $300.
next week. We're going to $300.
And that's not small peanuts.
We're going to 3 names, $300, but we'll draw again. What we'll do is we'll draw again for our last 5 moves VIP.
We'll do that next week too.
Yes,
I
we'll
like
add
that.
that because we didn't get a winner, so
Little
we'll keep that
bonus.
rolling.
Yep.
Oh,
Sandy.
Oh, she's there now.
what?
What? No,
Where?
I don't.
You're not gonna count it?
I
Where?
don't see
Where?
her.
She said yes.
Where?
Where?
No. What
No.
She's there.
No.
Not gonna count. Oh,
are you talking about?
No, I don't see it anywhere.
she's.
Oh, there she is. Yes, I do. I see her.
She's a plus
Sandy.
7er.
Oh,
Come on.
Sandy.
I
That was
see
very John
her.
Travolta from.
Somebody
Anybody
texted.
catch that? Oh, Sandy,
Baby,
baby.
She's here.
plus 7 peeps get special.
All right.
Congratulations, Sandy. You are the winner
Hey,
of
we get
a
100 more people.
of a
Trust me.
VIP.
And you know, I will still give away one next week. I
Oh, we'll
like
give
this.
away one
I
next
think
week.
we're gonna
Okay,
mix it up.
okay,
I like the little
okay.
bonus prize.
Will you do your dance next week with Luke?
Yes, Lacey and Luke are going to do the money dance.
Okay.
Yes, it's going to be amazing.
So excited. Well, Luke will do all the dancing. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll kick off the show with the amazing money dance by Lacey and Luke.
Great.
It'll be like Aces Wild on Casino, and you'll be like the dancers. Do.
Oh, jeez.
We'll have you dress up in sequins with a big feather on your head.
Or not.
Yeah, this is going to be
All
great.
right. All right. Well, that was great tonight. That was
I
fun.
hope you guys learned something tonight. Thank you guys so much for jumping on. We super appreciate your support and you being here. We hope that you have fun with us. This is going to get a little more rocky, but we're going to be here
spicy.
every single Monday. Yeah, I'll keep being spicy. I mean,
Salty,
tell your
whatever you
friends,
wanna
take
call
shots
it.
at me more this week. I'll address them next week. Make sure they're veiled, or at least try and do them behind my back to people you don't think will tell me, because I know I get that information sent over to me. And yes, please think about your pricing model. Please understand that your pricing model is a marketing consideration. And if you haven't done so in the very near recent past, you
Raise
should
those
think about
prices.
raising your prices. This is the time. Everybody's doing it. It's the normal. And if you haven't done it in a really long time, this is the perfect time to do it, because Disney's raising price. Everybody's raising their prices. Gas prices going up. You just are able to adjust yourself for cost of living, and that'll be perfect for you. We have Quest 7 coming in this weekend for our Quest 7 Mastermind. We're super excited about that. We have Everbowl Chattanooga opening up. A lot of you invested with us. That was a great lesson. We gave people the opportunity to jump in on an investment with us, and our projections are our return on your investment is going to be absolutely incredible. Our first store opens, our first of 7 opens up in Chattanooga here in just a couple
Thank you.
weeks.
Is that Mila? Thanks,
That's
Mila.
Mila.
You know what? He interrupts me a lot. I feel like this is a pattern that we need to disrupt. So I appreciate you, Mila. Thank you.
I do need to say this, Mila. I was talking to a contact of mine about putting Amy's program on a platform, having serious discussions about getting Amy's program on a platform for all of the parents who do homeschooling. And so I was super excited about that, because Amy's been looking for that, and super happy to see an opportunity, again, relationship capital, to potentially get that done, because I think that once it's on a platform that can be shared around the world, so many kids and adults too, parents as well, will benefit from having Amy's program available to everyone in the world. So super excited about that.
amazing.
Mila, we're going to get your mom's program to a ton of people, so that your
All
mom
over the world.
can help even more people than she is.
All right,
right.
everybody.
That's it. Have a great night. Peace.